The fence appeared overnight, a 6-foot barrier of chain link and concrete posts cutting straight through the footpath that led to the lake. No notice, no meeting, no explanation, just cold metal where children once ran barefoot to swim. But this wasn't just about access. It was about who belonged and who they wanted to erase. Because the only home the Thompson family had ever known suddenly felt like enemy territory. And when the truth behind that fence came out, the entire neighborhood would be forced to confront the quiet racism hiding behind perfectly trimmed hedges and HOA bylaws. Before we dive in, comment which country you're watching from. Let's see how far this story travels. James and Alicia Thompson moved to Willow Creek Estates in 2018, drawn by the promise of peace, community, and a backyard that opened to a private lake. They were the first Black family on the block, a fact quietly noted but never spoken. James, a retired Air Force veteran, took pride in maintaining his home. Alicia, a school counselor, organized block parties and donated to local charities. Their daughter, Maya, learned to swim in that lake. For 3 years, everything seemed normal. Then came the new HOA board election. Karen Whitmore, a longtime resident with a reputation for enforcing standards, became president. Her husband, Richard, nicknamed Lucifer by neighbors behind closed doors for his aggressive enforcement, was appointed compliance director. Suddenly, bylaws were weaponized. Trash cans left out 5 minutes too long? $150 fine. Flower bed slightly overgrown? Violation notice taped to the door. But the Thompsons received 3 times as many warnings as any other household, always signed by Richard, always delivered with a smirk. The community said nothing, smiled at barbecues, waved from driveways. But behind the smiles, a pattern formed. The lake path, used for decades by all residents, was now being quietly rerouted away from the Thompsons' backyard. It started with a temporary construction barrier, bright orange tape around the footpath. Then came cement posts, then chain link fencing, topped with private property signs in bold red letters. The official notice claimed safety concerns and erosion risks, but soil reports showed no such danger. And why was the fence only on the south side, the only side leading to a Black-owned home? James filed a formal appeal. He cited community bylaws, historical usage, and even a 2005 map showing the path as shared access. The HOA denied it, citing a majority vote, but no vote had been recorded. No minutes published. When Alicia asked for transparency, she was accused of being aggressive and disruptive. Then came the flyers. Anonymous notes slipped under doors. Some people don't respect our standards. Maybe if they followed the rules, they wouldn't be isolated. The Thompsons weren't just losing lake access. They were being socially erased. Online, Karen posted about protecting property values and maintaining harmony. But in private messages, screenshots later leaked by a whistleblower, she referred to the Thompsons as the exception, not the rule, and said, "We can't let one family change the character of the neighborhood." The fence wasn't about safety. It was a message. You don't belong here. Instead of backing down, James did something no one expected. He researched the land, and he discovered a small, undeveloped lot, just 0.3 acres, that contained the only legal access point to the lake path. It was owned by a retired couple looking to downsize. Within 30 days, James and Alicia used their life savings to buy it. And the day the deed was signed, James installed a new gate with a lock. He didn't block anyone. He didn't retaliate. He simply posted a sign, "Access available during community hours. Contact HOA for key." Panic erupted. Karen demanded he open the path immediately. Richard threatened legal action. But James had done nothing illegal. He owned the land. The HOA had no authority. Then came the petition. Over 20 families, including some who'd stayed silent, signed a request for shared access. They didn't care about the Thompsons' race. They cared about fairness. Karen resigned a week later. Richard disappeared from meetings. The fence, dismantled by order of the new board. Today, the path is open. Children run to the lake. Barbecues are held on weekends. The Thompsons still live there, not as symbols of conflict, but as proof of quiet courage. But the real question remains. How many families have walked away? How many moved out rather than fight? How many fences have been built, not of metal, but of silence, bias, and exclusion, in thousands of neighborhoods just like this one? Racism doesn't always wear a hood. Sometimes it wears a polo shirt and presides over HOA meetings. It hides in bylaws, in fines, in property values. It thrives when good people say nothing. James didn't win because he was angry. He won because he was prepared, because he knew his rights, because he refused to be erased. So ask yourself, if you saw a fence go up where a path used to be, would you notice? Would you speak up, or would you just keep walking?